Okay, math themers, here's a video for functions, the fourth category for the fourth math meet. Got a bunch of little symbols here. Want to familiarize you about. If f of x is 2x plus 3, and g of x is x squared, and h of x is this, if you have to find the f of a value, that just means plug negative 2 in place of x. So 2 times negative 2 would be negative 4. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. If it says f to the negative 1 is 7, that means this expression equals 7, and you have to figure out what x is. So subtract 3 from both sides, you'll get 4. 2x equals 4, divided by 2, and you'll get x is 2, because f of 2 equals 7. So when you see this, this has a value of, in this case, this has a value of 2, because when you solve this for x, you'll get 2. All right, g of f of x, that means take the f function, place it inside the g function. So the g function is x squared, but instead of x, I don't know why I wrote like that, instead of x squared, we're going to put the f function in place of that. So in place of x, we put the 2x plus 3. That's what this means. This means the same thing. So if they write it with a circle in between the two, that means the same thing as the double parentheses. Find g of r plus 1. Well, that means to put r plus 1 in place of x. So that's just going to be r plus 1 squared. I'm not sure why I wrote that one. That one doesn't seem to be a too tough of one. I guess just to tell you, you can have a variable expression inside the parentheses. It doesn't always have to be numbers. Often you can be asked to find the domain of the function. So that means to find acceptable values for x. Excuse me, staying up late tonight. Domain of f, the domain for this is all reals. X could be any real number. Domain for this, x could be any real number. Domain for this, x could be anything except we can't have x be 2, because then it would create dividing by 0. Alright, let's see what else we got. The asymptotes and zeros are related. Asymptotes are located at any root of the denominator that's not also a root in the numerator. So like here, that's why 2, where x equals 2 would create an asymptote. But if somehow we had up top, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I can't have x minus 2, but if somehow you had something in the numerator that also made 2 come out to 0, then that would be a oh, I was thinking of a whole, never mind. It's a different term, which I don't see on this section. All right, zeros are located when any root of the numerator that's also not in the denominator. Solving quadratic functions, if you're given a quadratic function where they tell you it's quadratic, and then they tell you f of 2 is 3, f of 3 is 6, f of 4 is 11, you could set it up like this. You know how a squared plus ax squared plus bx plus c is the generic form of is the standard form of a quadratic equation. So you can take the x value, which was 2, and square it. So a x squared plus bx plus c equals 3, because they said it equals 3. And then you can write another equation with 3 and 6. So 9a plus 3b plus c equals 6. And then you could do the same thing with 4 and 11. 4 squared a plus 4b plus c equals 11. And then you could solve that. Now that takes a while because it's 3 variables, but you have 3 equations with 3 unknowns, so you can do it. You could try this out. Try to solve that. I would combine these two equations first to get it in terms of a and b, and then I'd combine these two maybe to also get in terms of a and b. Then you have 2 equations with 2 unknowns, and you can combine it. Eventually you should get a is 1, b is negative 2, and c is 3. And if you remember the original format, ax squared plus bx plus c you can plug in those numbers 1, -2, and 3 and get this. 1x squared minus 2x plus 3. If f of x equals that mess, and g of x equals that mess, and h of x equals that mess, they want us to find f plus g plus h of 3. That means to add, like, find h of 3, find g of 3, find f of 3, and add those numbers together. So let's plug a 3 in. 3 in here is 9, plus 12 is 21, plus 8 is 29. Plug a 3 in here. 9 minus 9 is 0, plus 10. And then 3 into this one. 9 minus 15 is -6. -6 plus 4 is -2. That equals 39 minus 2, so 37. Find the range of the function. So the range is going to be the y values. I know because it's a positive x squared. I know we have, it's going to be from a certain value and up. To find the range, we just have to find the vertex. Finding the vertex of a quadratic equation is negative b over 2a. So negative b. -3 is 3. 2 times a is 1. So 3 over 2 is the x value of the vertex. Then you would plug 3 over 2. Hopefully I don't get us too lost. Let me give us some board space. 3 over 2. I'm going to plug 3 over 2 into this. 3 over 2 squared is 9/4 minus 3 times 3 over 2, which is 9/2, minus 40. Whatever this comes out to will be the y value. Let's change this into fourths. If that's to be a fourth, I got to double it, so this would be 18. 9/4 minus 18/4 is 9/4. 9/4 is about 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 minus 40 is -37 3/4. Because it's a positive x squared, I know it opens like this, so that means the range will be all values of y such that y is greater than, right, because it goes up, greater than -37.75. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. I could check with a calculator, except this is a no calculator round again. Let function f be defined for f of x and y equals that equation there. Find f of -6, -7. So we just plug those in. 9 times -6 is -54. Minus 11 times y. Y is -7. So you have 11 times 7 is -7 is -77. That makes it a plus 77. And then plus 32. 77 minus 54 is 23. 23 and 32 is 55. I believe that's the answer. For f of x equals 3x cubed minus 10x squared plus ax plus b, a and b are real numbers, given that f has one root, x equal 2, so we know 2 is a root. I'm going to go right into, I know I'm going to probably have to use synthetic substitution, synthetic division. The coefficients are 1 and -10 and a and b. We know that this is a root, so we know this is going to end up being 0. Bring down the 1 times 2, add this together, get -8, times the 2 is -16, add it together, and you get a minus 16. A minus 16 times 2 is 2a minus 32. And then you're going to add it to b. So this is weird. 2a minus 32 plus b has to equal 0. They want us to find the value of f of 3. Holy smokes. I thought this was going to come out easier than than it did. This is another video we're going to have to bail. I thought I had this done correctly earlier. Let me just think for a minute. F of 3, we know this equals 0. Maybe I messed up. 1, negative 10, a, b. We know it has a root of 2. 1, 2, negative 8, negative 16, a minus 16 times b, 2a plus b is 0. That means 2a plus b equals 32. Oh my gosh, I didn't see this. The sum of a and b is 9. Oh, that means a plus b is 9. Well, if a plus b is 9, and 2a plus b is 32, you can just subtract those two equations and get that 2a minus a, which is a comes out to be, because b minus b comes out to 0, so a equals 23. And once you get a is 23, then you can figure out what b is. If a is 23, 23 times 2 is 46, subtract that, 14. I think b is going to come out to negative 14. And then you still have to find the value of f3, but at least now you know what a is and b is. But this video has already taken quite a while, so I think I will, well, let me look to see what this one works. Let me just talk you through this one before bailing. F of x equals 5x minus 3, g of x equals 6x minus 4, h of x equals 7x minus 5. Find the value of, oh wow, so this, it takes a while, but it's pretty straightforward. You just plug in numbers. You plug a 7 into the f function, that belongs here. Plug 5 into the g function. Don't forget the minus signs, plus sign, minus sign. So it's really just substituting and then coming out with an answer and reducing it if it comes out to a fraction. All right, that's it for this video. Have a great night.